How's it going, everybody? Shady's on Broadway. Wanted to come at you with another auto rank since I had the day off work today. We are placing in the first position as red. Let me, as always, take off my headset since we are not doing any. I'm not listening to anything at least. All right, so we look at this board. Where do we go as first? The wheat is incredibly rare. Our port synergy is not looking too hot, if I'm being real with you. If we don't take 9510 or 693 in first, we can kind of safely assume we're not going to be getting ore on the way back. Now, 693, I don't consider to be a bad placement spot. We have the 3-to-1 port as an option. However, I'm actually leaning more toward 8-10-5. The reason behind that, I mean, you could make an argument for 6-5-11 as well, but I like the flexibility this spot provides. I'm trying to imagine a scenario of what I'm left with on the way back. It's not particularly great no matter how you spin it. I think on average, well, because I think 843 is going to be selected as well. Ooh, that's a bit of a tough one. I'm gonna lock this in. I don't think most people would take this in first pick. But generally, when I play Catan, I don't like first pick because I opt to do generally more creative setups as opposed to like a traditional sense. I think most players would take 693 in first, or even you could make an argument for 6511. But the reason I like 8-5-10 is going to be the flexibility that it allows me with the 5 brick. As always, you don't necessarily need to make what is known or determined as the correct pick in first, or in general, as long as you're able to make up for it in other ways, such as trading, such as deal making, um, resource utilization, for instance. Very surprised to not see 693 taken here in third, though. That's going to leave a bit of an opening. I wonder if this player does 10-9-2 and just doubles on 10s and or 9s and 10s. Because they're going to have to pair that with wheat, which I think actually leaves a pretty devastating setup, all things considered. We're going to be looking at possible 6-12-11 by green, utilizing the wood port would be my guess. For orange, you have to take somewhere on these inner 3 wheat spots. That probably leaves blue to take 6-9-3. And that might leave us some some hot garbage on this side of the board. But you know what? I love a challenge. I absolutely love playing side by side. I love playing road. I love playing BTT. I don't necessarily like playing devs, but if you get put into a dev situation, you know that's just the setup you got to play sometimes. But generally speaking, I think this pick is probably not correct. I think more consistently than not, people take 693. But I'm very curious to see what the secondary pick is from Orange. I strongly, yeah. Oh, okay. He doesn't even opt to take any wheat. Don't know if I agree with that. Well, what's interesting is that Blue would probably rather take 843 here, I think. Oh, so Blue's going to get 843. And then that's going to force us to do 9-4-11 down to not leave them a free road settlement spot, I think. I could even be a jerk and lock both of them. Which, I mean, there's merit to it. But, nah, I think I'm just going to do this and let it ride. Because I think blue has a much stronger setup than orange does. So removing this settlement spot by blue is, I think, pretty critical. So we overproduce a lot when it comes to wheat. Another idea could have been to take 10-9-2 and expand to the 6-2. That's probably something that's also more consistently done. But our priority is going to be just getting on this 3-to-1 port and utilizing our production, right? So we make essentially only wheat and sheep. I mean, we make a little bit of brick. Block probably goes to the 9 or the 4 here if I had to guess. Could go to the 10, but a few considerations there. Blue has a very strong setup, undeniably so. And I'm hoping they don't compete for this 3-1 on the 8, but they probably do. But blue is going to have to be my primary target for Rob's. Yeah, they probably give me a stupid sheep. Let's see if he goes for the 3-1 though. But I think in my position, I probably hit the 5 just because I'm the producer of it, and nobody else generally hits the 5 aside from maybe green. Green has a really fun setup as well that I think can pace quite well. The unfortunate thing is it seems like we're going to be catching most of the blocks since we're dual shared with a lot of our opponents. Hell no. Man. I'm not doing it for a sheep. And I didn't say yes, so he can't get mad. I'll take any other card, but I mean that's the issue, right? I produce all of the wheat, but I don't get value without trades. But if people roll 7s, they're gonna absolutely abuse the fact that they can get wheat off of you with 7 rolls with extortions and robbers. So it's just kind of like how you respond to that that makes it relevant. But of course, we're paralyzed until we get on a road settle here or to the eventual sheep port. But I kind of like left this open as options. Like we're going to be overproducing on cards until we get a port, but we have 2 spots we can hypothetically road settle to, although I definitely think that orange will beat us to this one. Yeah, no, that's kind of a tough ask, buddy. I don't think anybody should be giving you. If you do that, I'll stand my ground. I'm gonna stand my ground there because it's a road and I'm giving him a settlement out of it. You know what I'm saying? It's like, I don't know why people have to, not really, dude. I got a road and I gave you a road settle. I don't know why he's trying to frame it that way. And now we roll into the 5. Ah, that sucks. Yeah, but it was collectively a road, right? I understand the trade was good, but when you're threatening to drop double roads here loosely, like that's so bad. And like now, like the pacing on green, and we're going to be losing this spot to blue possibly in the next turn or two. Like we need a lot of help. It's a pretty tough position to play out of here because they just need a single wood now. Yep, they got it. I can maybe play off the wheat port or the sheep port, but that's going to require a lot of expansion. Oh, get out of here, dude. I'm like, we're getting extorted for every single 7 when our position is dead. I'm just going to settle here and then they have road settle available. Oh, they didn't get it. I don't think they should be traded it. They need a wheat. I'd give it for all three. Yeah, I'll give it up for all three. 3 to 1. I mean, I am losing the port that kind of makes my game playable, but you know what? If I can maybe get a road settle here to 5-2, it's just going to be about how do I burn this wheat out of my hand. But actually, I think maybe getting to the wheat port is just better. It's just such a weird game state where I took like such a weird position that I have to try to like find avenues to climb out. Because playing portless with 4 wheat hexes, my value is only going to come from trading, which means that these next few turns are going to be very critical for me. Like, how do I get my city down? How do I even close out the game, right? Like, these are a lot of questions that need to be asked that are not necessarily going to have answers. um, but generally speaking, as well, like getting a road for a wheat is not even that good. Uh, but it is what it is, right? Like, I think I'm gonna just buy a dev first. Okay, we pull knight. Yeah, I think I have to go toward the 6. My game is kind of in a tough state without a port. Like, I understand like the 5-2 sheep port, all of that, but the wheat port is much more flexible for my current setup. Green 7's out, but let's see where they opt to go with this because I think blue has an exceptionally strong setup at this point. They produce all 5 resources. They have the only city down, 3-to-1 port. It creates a lot of, yeah. But the thing is, they just keep hitting my 8, so it's kind of stupid. But blue, green can also, double play, right? They have potential to expand that way, like a lot of flexibility in that regard. But the thing is, I can't really hit them on any particular spot. So it's like almost, you feel like almost obligated to not move the robber here. But I don't know. I feel like I need to switch targets to green temporarily, at least until I can secure this side of the board. But the issue is getting to that stage of the game is going to be very tricky for myself. And this is why ports are so important, because our hand is completely paralyzed without a port. So it's probably going to result in us 4-to-1ing. 4-to-1ing into a wood and holding is probably what we do here, I think. Yeah, it's so incredibly slow. But we have to get on this ore to even be playable at this stage. Like, our production's not bad, but we don't close it out because we can't get a city. And, I mean, I have to leave it to the other players. Like, they have to be hitting this 5, I think, to stop blue, because the 8 doesn't really impact anybody. He's going to snatch up the wheat port, which really sucks for me, because that essentially leaves me with the 6-2 and then maybe the 5-2. That's my only options for ports there. I don't really feel comfortable passing, but I am, just because if I roll into a 5, I'd rather not waste the sheep. There you go. To try to trade into a settlement. Obviously, getting the settlement on the 6 would be a lot more valuable than the 6-2 with the wheat port utilization. But we're never going to be giving the settlement here to green for an ore. That just doesn't make sense for our game. Although nobody's really going to be trading us, I think, an additional road, because you would have to get road settlement. So it's kind of a tough ask. But blue is flooded with brick. So it's just not a lot of wood to go around generally. But I think if you have the opportunity to move the robber in our position, you hit green just to get an ore out of it. Maybe get another dev card. Maybe you get lucky, you pull road builder. I always do this trade here, I think, with orange. I mean, I'm giving a lot of value away, and we're very clearly in last. I would be very surprised to see us actually pull out of this game, but I'm going to try to get a little bit creative with it. If the situation arises where I'm able to ask the table for help, that would be amazing. But I think for now, I'm gonna try to trade into ore maybe. No. See, if I drop the road, that leaves me on 7 cards, which I really don't like. So I think I'm gonna buy a dev. Yeah, of course I pull knight and then just drop road. Green's gonna get the settlement, of course, but oof, an incredible 1 dev, 1 mono, 9 ore pluck. That is huge. You hate to see that. You really hate to see that. Yeah, that's city and then probably at least 1 or 2 devs there. Yeah, he had a lot of bricks. So. Well, that kind of kills green's hand, but it, of course, blue is predominantly going to be winning this game. There goes the neighborhood. Yeah, absolutely, brother. I mean, with already 5 built points established and a down dev, yeah, he's going to get settled here. Ooh, this game becomes a really hard challenge unless we pull Year of Plenty or that second mono. Because, again, the only port that we have now available is 5-2, and our game is just not moving. It can't move. It really can't. We also realistically have to be traded a city, which I don't think the table does in most cases. Yeah, I'm going to play an aggro knight unless he trades me here. Last chance, orange. Okay, then you're going to get robbed. Yeah, don't get mad at me, dude. You guys are all on 5 points. I pulled Row Builder, though, which is nice, because there's a slight potential for double play, but it's not really great. Also, I don't like leaving this hanging, but I think I have to use the Row Builder to snatch the 5-2. Yeah, I leave 6-2 exposed, which is pretty bad, but... Oh my god, did they both just rage quit because they think blue has free win? Like, this game's not over. They just need to buy knights. Yeah, I think green is going to try to go road here to close it out. There might not be enough time. Well, again, he's complaining, but I had 4 out of 6 odds to steal it, right? Like, so from my perspective, it just, I don't really care that he wants to complain because nobody's buying dev cards. That's what they need to be doing. So now I'm going to have to buy dev cards from a behind position. Of course, I pull VP. Actually, so we have a very small window to win, guys, where we get settlement and knight. And we win with this BS. But you know what? If it plays out that way, it plays out that way. I wouldn't even, you know what, taking that trade is actually good. But if nobody else trades him, then I'm not going to because his hand is probably stuck. There you go. You get an aggro knight. He's trying to go for the third knight. So if he doesn't get third knight here, we actually have a very small window to win. Oh, he goes settlement. Okay, so if he doesn't have third knight in hand, and we pull a knight on our turn, we just then have to roll into a settlement, which is not a ridiculous thing to wish for. It's improbable. Don't get me wrong. It's definitely improbable. But we have a chance, is what I'm trying to say. Particularly if we can get it for cheaper from another player. Like in an ideal scenario, we probably get something like this from orange, probably, is what happens. No? Alright, man. Of course, we pull Year of Plenty there. We really did not want Year of Plenty there. Yep, there goes Army. He just needs 2 points now built. Road Settle or VP or City. Yeah, I mean, you guys want to only build your points and not buy cards. That's just generally what happens, you know what I mean? We just have to hope and get lucky now at this stage. Oh, jeez. I don't know what's going on with his disconnects. But yeah, he only needs... So he already has probably a point in hand. And then depending on the dev he has, if it's a VP, like best case scenario, he pulled Knight there. Like, I don't know what Orange is doing. They're just building points. Like, you don't win games by just building points like that. I'll probably City and just empty out my whole hand. Oh, that's so bad. That's so bad. But nobody on this table's trading. And I think I have to take this one. Or do I go for the 9? Is it the 9? Because... it might actually be the 9. I'm trying to envision a scenario where I can roll into the win. I think it's actually the 9. Let's see if he doesn't win here. Okay, he pulled Knight, so he has to still build his other 2 points. Hopefully he pulls another Knight there. Okay, block the 5. Nope, see, bot blocks the 8. Love the bot. All right. Our window is still there, but it's growing smaller by the second as roads are expanded on. We really need a 9 to hit. 7. Okay. Let's see if he hits what? What does he even hit? What does he hit on blue? Okay, he hits the 4. Buys a dev. We still have a chance to close this out. We actually do. Despite how poorly I think we played this game. Like, if he has another Knight here, right? He misses his roll. We roll into a 2. Oh my gosh. We really need a 9. We really need a 9. Oh, come on, game. Go into the 8. That's fine. Roll me a 9. Oh my gosh, another 2. Oh. No frickin' way. Do you guys see how important that port was, though? Because what this means is we have to do this. Oh no, we pulled Knight. Dang it. Yeah, our hand was completely stuck. I don't think we ported into anything else there. But they have a VP. They have a VP. You can tell. The dev is down. So they need a city or a road settlement. Oh, this game is crazy. And green can actually win by taking road because they probably have a VP as well. So I'm fighting 2 fronts because they just expand 2 roads and win that way. I don't know. Maybe you port and hold into a wood, but I don't generally find that to be correct, I think, in terms of sequencing. Okay. I'm going to pre-knight. There you go. Good enough for another card. I mean, maybe buying cards is the wrong play. But there's so many knights out, I have to try, right? There you go. We just need settlement, guys. We just need settlement. We need to roll a 9. Okay, now we need to roll a wheat number, and we win. As long as road doesn't get taken here by green. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Oh gosh. Come on, any roll here. 4, 11, 10, 9, 2, 5. Okay, we win on 10, 9, 2, 5, 4, 11. Please. Something. Anything. Oh my gosh, there's no way we won this game, guys. There's no frickin' way. You know what it was, though? At least, I mean, let's look at dice stats. But I really feel like, really feel like they misplayed this game. Like, Blue's setup wins like 90% of the time. But holy crap, guys, that was crazy. Our odds of pulling that VP there were pretty high. Or not the VP specifically, but a non-knight. There's a Yop, Mono, Road Builder, and only a couple knights left. Dude. I can't believe we closed that out. I mean, and there was a window, right? You guys saw that window where we could have double played. I mean, reflecting on it, obviously, right? Like, I think I still take this spot in first. Even though probably 693 is correct. But the way that I played it in the early game, I think, was a mistake. Maybe you don't go here and try to like contest these spots, or maybe you make a bigger push toward the port first. But I just wanted to show you that it is very possible to win with an absolute crap setup if you manage your resources and cards effectively. Like, I think we played that out to the best of our ability in a very weird, non-traditional way. I don't think we got exceptionally lucky. I mean, we pulled 6 cards and we got half knights, road builder, a couple VPs. Yeah. But I hope you guys enjoyed this one. This was a little bit of a weird one for sure, especially with those 2s coming in clutch. I citied this 9-4-11 because I knew they would hammer the 8 toward the end. The bot also would hammer the 8, so the 9 just becomes a free roll with the spare sheep, right? With the sheep port. So, geez, guys, that was incredible. I love that. Hopefully you guys did too, and I'll check you guys out next time. See you later.